Welcome to the Man of Wonder podcast. My name is Corey, your host, and today we're going to be talking about Carl Burgees and what a brave man. Well, I got this video from Facebook. I got it from Facebook, and this video is about this guy called Carl Burgees in America. He went for a hike, and while he was in the mountains, he stumbled upon these cute cubs. And lo and behold, when you see cubs, it means the mom is not very far behind. So the mom approached him, and most people at this point would turn around and run. But Kyle did the right thing, which is you do not turn your back and you do not run away from a wild animal, especially a predator as well. So this is an apex predator. So if you try and run, they will catch you. And if you turn your back, they will get on top of you and kill you. So he did the right thing. He stood his ground. He stood tall, and he started making noises and talking to it. In fact, it was actually quite bold that he didn't make sudden movements. And with any situation like that, you have to be make yourself big, be courageous and not run. And the other thing is usually is that you actually have to try and get yourself calm. And the reason why she continued stalking him is she was now picking up on his energy, which was obviously fear. So the animals do not know that you're afraid. They just pick up on the energy, and then they follow in terms of your energy. So if your energy is of fear, they feel it and they're uncomfortable with that fear, and that's the reason why she maintained the state of wanting to attack. And basically that's what I said. And for any man to be in that situation, I do totally understand that there's no way, unless you've dealt with cats all your life, there's no way you can maintain your composure. So that's the reason why I end up getting stalked for 6 minutes. I can imagine 6 minutes would have felt like an eternity, especially when you're like literally thinking that your life is about to come to an end. But he kept his cool, so he kept moving back, speaking to this mountain lion, and several times he got into an attacking mode, so literally wanting to pounce, but he kept his cool. He didn't make any sudden movements, and she did that at least 3 times. And then at some point he did think about picking up a stone, and he threw it to, I think, I don't know if he threw it to it or something, but that freaked the cat out, because now he got into attack mode. So up until that point, she was stalking. But the important bits, I think, out of this story is the fact that he actually kept his composure. He didn't, turn around and run off. He just stood his ground the best he can and stayed as calm as possible and followed a set of rules. And these rules are so important, not just in survival when you're being attacked with an animal, but in life. So we go through life, and life is not always going to be roses. It's not always going to be great. There are times when we face problems, and we got this society where there's more and more distractions, and there's more ways of just avoiding the problem. And usually when you avoid a problem and not deal with it, that problem never goes away. It just gets even bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you think about your life right now, there's something that is stressing you out. There's something that is in front of you that is you need to deal with. You should deal with it, but you've turned your back, and it's now eating you up alive. And you know what I mean? It's I don't know what it is for you. I know when I audit my life, there's certain things that I know I need to deal with, and I'm now trying to work towards them. Facing them head on instead of having to turn around and run away from them. Because every time you try and run away from a problem, it's not resolved. And sometimes it does not resolve itself. You have to actually confront it head on. And this is one of the biggest takeaways from this story that I got, that, sometimes it's better to do the most unnatural thing, the most uncomfortable thing, which is actually deal with the thing that is right in your face. And if you deal with it then at some point it will go away. It's unnatural sometimes, and I think it's easier sometimes to just put it off for tomorrow. It's always easier to put it off for next week, and then do something else that's not going to be productive in order to get rid of it. So that was my takeaway from it all, and I thought, it's how crazy is that this guy had gone in just to to be one with nature. He was out exercising as well, so you can imagine this is a guy who's priding himself in living life to the fullest and being one with nature and doing all this stuff, and then he's being confronted by this thing that now is, to be fair, this animal was not trying to eat him, it was just trying to protect its young, and she went for 6 minutes to make sure that this beast doesn't come back again. That's the reason why most animals kill, especially lions, and they sometimes do not always kill because they want to eat. I'm assuming at this point, if he did get mauled, maybe he should have eaten him. But sometimes they actually kill to make sure that they protect the future. So if you watch any nature programs, sometimes lions will go and kill hyenas, because and hyenas will go and kill lions, and it's cubs, because they want to protect the future, and that was the case. That's the reason why, and part of it as well. Again, she was picking up on his energy. His energy was of fear, and that fear is what made it also want to attack, because that fear that he was feeling was making his body uncomfortable, and because of that, she was feeling uncomfortable. And this is now probably some woo-woo type stuff, because we don't really want to talk about energy and stuff like that, but that is something that is quite real. Like, there's this program I used to watch called Dog Whisperer, and he used to talk about energy, and like that the dog senses your energy, and when it senses your energy, if you're feeling nervous, it will feel uncomfortable, because that energy is transferable, and it's something that is done with human beings as well. So, and I found that with women, they're more in tune with stuff like that. So, like, if there was a group of ladies, and then another lady walks in, all of a sudden the women say, "Oh, I don't like that girl," and usually the intuition is right. With us men, we'll be like, "Oh yeah, she seems right, she seems fine," and everything else like that. And then, before you know it, after a long period of knowing her, you've realized that, oh, actually this person is not a really nice person. But the women would have picked up on that long before we guys would have picked up on it. And that sort of, the energy is real, and that energy that he was giving off is the reason why she continues stalking. She could have left him, for instance, if he was a bear, for instance, the bear would have stood his ground and just said, what you want, and then she would have seriously walked away and thought, what, this guy is too brave, he's too bold, he's too big, I'm not going to do anything. But the energy that he was giving off definitely made her stalk him for a bit longer. But the fact that he stood his ground, she was unsure what else to do, and when he got into attack mode, that's definitely saved his life. So there's a lot to unpack with this story, and I thought this story was amazing. Like, this dude just fought off a mountain lion, and sometimes I like the fact that he fought it off without having to hurt the lion as well. So, and that would have been devastating. The fact that if he had a gun or something, and then he shot it, and then those poor cubs, that would have been horrible. But the fact that nobody got hurt, no animal got injured, is a big plus for me. So I don't know if there's anything that you got from this podcast episode. I just thought it was something interesting to share with you guys, because sometimes I see stories like that and try and think of it, how it applies to my own life and my own journey in everything that I'm doing. And like I said, there's sort of things that I'm procrastinating on, and I think of those things and think that they are problems, but maybe it's better if I just deal with it once and for all and not let it linger and just go bigger and bigger. So hopefully you can take something away from that, and hopefully I can hear from you guys soon. If you've got any questions, send me a message on Instagram. If you want to learn more of this stuff and want to have support from other men, join the Men of Honor Facebook group. And guys, I'll be seeing you guys soon. So take care. Very much. Sorry, every time I my phone switches off, so I end up having to tap my keys in, and I'm sure it's quite annoying because every time when I listen back to it, I hear the tapping and I'm like, oh my god, I should have just kept it open. So guys, anyways, hopefully you've had a good weekend, and I'll be seeing you guys. Well, tomorrow I'll be off, so I'll be making another podcast episode. Usually I never have anything planned. It just sort of comes to me, and whether it's a question or like a video like this, I just sort of go with the flow, and I never really plan what I'm actually going to say. I might have an idea of the message I want to deliver, but I know some of it is kind of like some church sermon type thing, but hopefully it's of use for you guys in terms of going through life and, doing your own thing. So thank you very much for listening, guys. If you like some of this content, please put a review on whatever platform you're watching, and send to anybody who you think might benefit from this. If you know Kyle Burgees, please send him this podcast episode. So thank you very much, and take care.